we go, ready? Alright, here we go. Alright, let's try to figure this thing out. See if we can get us both in here. Oh shit, Tony's in there. We're gonna get a hard time. Look at the wallpaper up top, dude. We look like we're in a 1980s porn scene.
What is that?
Alright. We're actually here. We're here, Bubba.
This is really weird.
This is weird. Oh, here we go with the show the tits. Alright, let's go back a little bit. I'm gonna give everybody a few minutes.
What's up?
There's Joel Mathis. I hope he watches this show closely tonight.
It's gonna be really hard to read all of those and keep up with it.
Well, we'll ask questions later. Alright, what time is it?
I don't know who all those people are. Hi.
And
Kiss each
Joe
other.
Thompson wants us to kiss each other.
Woo! Holy
That felt
shit.
good.
I had a little chub, not gonna lie.
We're gonna wait a few minutes for some guys to join in.
Can I
Wait.
watch?
Yeah, wait. You gonna watch it on yours?
Can I watch this on here?
Oh. Matt's gonna come in as soon as we start talking.
Of course. Make all sorts of noise.
Yep. Let's see what the delay is.
Because you leave me for Ray, I get half of everything.
That's funny. Matt's in the room.
That's awesome.
All right, yeah, Ray's gonna be here tonight, kind of do some color commentary, kind of add up.
I'm adding color, as you can tell.
We haven't started yet. Is the echo gone now, Joe?
Yeah, sorry, I had mine going. I turned it off.
It's like having two house phones side by side.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
The wind buffer. I need to
Should be good.
All right, it's ready. Hold on a second. Let's
Aw,
go
man.
gangster on us here.
I didn't know we were doing that. Lame hat right. Yeah, I know.
We heard about that.
I was having a bad hair day, so I threw that on.
I heard that trailer got stolen in Cockeysville. Yes.
Hey, look who showed up.
Called the Polynesian guy colored. Affirmative action at work here.
That's right.
Yeah, and everybody, you're supposed to be hitting those hearts. I don't know what the hell they do yet, but they do
What does that
something.
mean? What does that
I
mean?
don't know. All right, so
Flooding hearts. Can you choose what color they are, or are they just
I
random?
think they're random. I think Joel's are the brown ones, though. All right, so as you guys know, this is just kind of a random thing we decided to do just to kind of help guys. I know a lot of guys have been saying it's a slow hail year, but there's guys working out there all the time, all year long. Even in slow years, guys are always working. People that are just pushing dents into October, November. Guys like Shea Ledbetter that just never stop working. He's probably a really good example of what we're going to talk about tonight. Shay's one of those guys, I've never met him, but I know the guys he runs with. He just networks really well. He works with the same guys all the time. And if he doesn't have work, one of his friends does, and they keep their circle close. So how can you get involved in a close network of guys? We're not talking a clique here. We're talking about real serious networking within the PDR business. A lot of this shit tonight is going to be very, very basic. This isn't going to be a technical, textbook type thing. You're going to write down notes about how to fix a dent if it's oil can. This is basic business stuff that you guys should know already. A lot of you do. A lot of you don't.
With a Q.
With a cube, not that kind of a click. So I got some notes here because I had all kinds of ideas. Let's see. All right, number one is your personal life. Make sure you have all your affairs at home in order. If you and your old lady, your wife, are not getting along or you're arguing on the road, it changes your whole mentality and people around you feel that. You and your old wife argue about something stupid. You can't have that makeup hug. You can't say, I'm sorry, love you. Give her a kiss like I just did Ray. You guys make up, but it's still lingering there into the next day, the next week. And next thing you know, you're leaving a huge $2,000 a day deal because you guys had a huge argument about what color the paint should be in the bathroom wall in the hallway. And that's the truth. So make sure all your stuff at home is at peace. If you guys are struggling at home, don't go on the hail road because you're going to end up divorced, and that's not worth anything. But if you do go, it's going to suck. You're not going to be happy. It's a mental business, and it's going to affect everything, everybody around you. Nobody's going to want to work around you because you're always bitching about your wife or something. So that's number one. I think your family life is extremely important in the way you are on the road. Another thing is, if you go out on the hail trail, be committed. Don't just run for greener pastures. Guys that are always bouncing around, you see them in Baltimore one day, you see them in Phoenix the next day, then they're in Colorado. They've done 8 storms this year. They might have made better money at their 3rd storm than they did at their 2nd storm, but the guys that they were working with, they're not going to call them, and little by little your phone stops ringing because people are going to leave. You got to stick it out. You might be on not a shittier deal, but not as great a deal, but long term, it's going to benefit you a lot. So don't bounce around if you can avoid that. Act like a businessman. You agree with that one?
I agree.
That's
a big one.
That's one of the biggest ones. Who's telling me I'm trying to be serious? Hammer time. Yeah, let's delete. Somebody block Dan right now. He's probably on his 17th tequila. But no, seriously, act like a businessman. You guys have heard all the people talking about, is it a job or a business? This is a business. Be a businessman, not just, when you're talking to somebody on the phone trying to get work, but all day long when you're at work. Same thing on Facebook. You guys both know, we all know the same people we see online talking crap, bitching and moaning about everything. I don't know half those guys, but I'm not going to call them. You're not going to call them. Don't be that guy. If you're negative online, Facebook has this way of magnifying who you are. It just comes through. You can only fake being a nice guy or a smart guy for so long before, it's just like, I'm not going to call Mutzenberger. Sorry, Jeff. I hate to toss you out there like that. You're a good buddy, but holy shit, I doubt anybody on there wants to work with you, man. I would because I know him, but people that don't know you, people that you're trying to network with, they're not going to call you. Another thing, talking about being a businessman, get insurance. Have your workers' comp.
You drive me crazy too.
General liability, your garage keepers, just everything about your persona. Just be professional in everything that you do. So, like I said, this isn't about fixing dents. This is more about, what can you do to improve your chances of people calling you, and it's all about your image online and when you go work at a storm.
Thanks, Dan.
So let's see.
On a note, like if you're working for, just a side note, if you're working for somebody, say you go out and you're subcontracting through another company, you're representing them. So keep that in mind also. I'm out here subcontracting through Hammer, and these are his accounts. So even after I'm gone, anything I leave behind is reflected onto him. So as far as being professional and business-like, treat it as if you were wearing your name on your shirt. Because if you're covering somebody's accounts, you're a direct reflection on them.
Yeah,
so
and he's
keep that in mind too.
He's gonna tell people about how you did. He might joke about it, but when everything comes out, when he's being serious, he's gonna say, Ray did a badass job for me. He made me a lot of money. He made a lot of money, and everybody's gonna see that, and they're gonna call you more. And if you are working for somebody else, show up. Don't just show up at 9:30 on a Friday and have some bullshit excuse about, dude, they locked me out of my room. I couldn't check in time. Your shirt's untucked. You're unshaven. You smell like Margaritaville. Just be professional, man. Show up if you're working for somebody else and do a good job. Do it every single time. Another thing.
Yes, and don't hack
Let's
cars.
read some. Yes, and don't hack cars.
Hack cars.
Yeah. Don't ever take a job in a storm where the damage is beyond your capabilities. Too many guys in their 2nd and 3rd year try to do work and beat shit, and they struggle, and it's not their fault. They're just not ready for it yet. Say no, because they're going to have more respect for you because you didn't do something wrong. And if you do screw up, even if you're a newbie, that's going to stay with you, man. That person's never going to call you again. So don't work a storm beyond your capabilities. The next couple ones are extremely important, in my opinion. I have good friends of mine that I will never call to work, ever, because of these. Don't be a gossip queen. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing, and don't be a pest. You know, if you're working for someone or don't want to, don't be in their ear all the time with stupid crap, trying to be their buddy. You know, it just people see through that crap, and it just sucks. Nobody wants that guy. We want guys that make money out here. We don't, you know.
We have enough fun
Hey,
after work.
did you hear Doug fixed 4 cars today?
What?
Doug fixed 4 cars.
Dude,
they're like
no.
$3,000 a piece, dude. We should see if we can get in that shop over there. You know, we should. The next thing you know, everybody's talking about how much work Doug did. Then it's just, so they start speeding up. It's just, worry about yourself. Don't worry about anybody else. And I'm just going through these quickly so we can get to some questions. Another one, when the storm's over, don't be an ass. Too many times people are working and, you know, they call me on a Monday and go, hey man, this shop's got no cars this week. Yeah, well, you know, you've been there for 4 months. Well, that just sucks, dude. I thought you said I could stay here till the end. Well, it is the end, you know, and that sounds funny, but you'd be surprised how many people make really good money out there and they ruin it at the end just by being a jerk. And David Tolan said you've eliminated 80% of available texts. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to get that number down to 50. This isn't benefiting us at all. This is just something, you know, we see people all the time going, 18-year tech available, and it's the same guy. Jeff Burnett's a good example. Holy shit. You know, I can put up something about I need my porch replaced. Does anybody know anybody that is a carpenter in Owensville? And Jeff Burnett's right there going, hey, I'm available if you need anything. I'm a 24-year tech. Well, what 24-year-old tech only works 3 door dings a month, you know? There's a reason for that. So don't be an ass at the end of the storm either. It happens a lot. Another thing that I think is important is give something back to the industry. It gives us a lot, provides for our family, help protect it and improve it. Just little stuff, just like what we're doing here. You know, I saw this app come out the other day, and I'm like, damn, that's awesome, pretty badass. What can I do? What can I do to make that work for some other guys? How can we use this? And this is a perfect example. We'll probably do some more of these too, like how to get work in the hail season, and you know, how to network really deep. And Derek Yolson is a way of life. Yes, it is. But give something back, you know. If you see somebody hurting that lives 2 hours away from you that needs work, and you got hailstorm, if he's not doing any of this other crap, you know, being a dumbass online, give him a call and give him a chance. You know, help somebody out sometimes. Don't refer anyone. Yeah, don't refer anybody that you met on Facebook to somebody. Especially if their work sucks or you know it, that'll be a reflection on you. Don't ever refer somebody. People call me all the time, hey, I need 4 techs here, I need 5 techs here, or hey, do you know anywhere? Half the time I just say nope, because I don't know that dude. I know I saw Jeff Burnett posted online, and I know Billy Verdon is looking for 1 extra guy, but I'm not going to revert them. Go to MT and meet everyone.
That's a great way.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Because you get to see everybody all at once.
But don't refer anybody you don't know or their work sucks. Yeah, this is kind of the PDR Nation thing I was going to talk about. This has nothing to do. If you guys don't get certified, I'm probably going to get crucified for saying this. I could care less. But get certified. It really helps. There's a group of about 200 certified technicians, and you see all the time in there guys saying, hey, I need a tech here, I need a tech there. And there's times where it just sits there stagnant with nobody grabbing onto it. So there's a lot to be said for the PDR Nation. You know, anybody can have a portfolio of their career, their job they hand to somebody.
This is like watching.
But do it.
Somebody says it's like watching a train wreck.
Yeah.
You're still watching.
Yeah, you're still watching. But it helps you if you have a portfolio that you can hand them. It's in with your peers. Then it just speaks more than just a handwritten one or something you made up on your own. And then as far as going after work yourself, don't just sit at home and text guys like me or Ray when it hails, because we're going to be the ones out there getting work and putting you to work in a percentage. You'd much rather be working at 75% or 80% than 49 or 52 or 56.
Yeah. Take a
So-
page out of Tony Antonelli's book and just
No
drive
shit.
all over the fucking place. And
What's he been doing, Hale? 3 years?
Yep, and he's gotten some great gigs on his own.
Just by
driving,
showing up.
just showing up to random places.
Yep. Joe just said market of the winner. Absolutely.
Yes, that's another big one.
So yeah, summary: just be active, be professional at all times, act like a businessman, and follow through on what you say you're going to do.
40,000 miles this year. That's how you do it.
Wow, who was that?
I-
Who put 40,000
I didn't
miles on?
understand. I didn't
Everybody
know who
did
it was.
something. So, anyways, so yeah, I get that a lot. I'm a hero for a lot of guys.
Hail techs are lazy,
Hail
but
techs
they
are
want to
lazy.
be millionaires. Yeah, and
Yes,
that's
they
the
are.
that's the point of that. Like,
Yep.
don't wait for a phone call. Go out and get it,
Yep.
and network in the meantime. Because I mean, just the more people you know, you never know. I mean,
Yeah,
just
pawn
do
shops
good
love
work
you.
and be professional. It's,
So yeah,
it's not that hard.
that's pretty much it. I mean, everything that we just talked about, it just all comes together as a full
What about
package.
somebody said something about R&I and it disappeared? Say it again.
Yes, now we're gonna wait. Most techs are lazy chasers. I don't know who that
You
is.
have network.
You have network. Is that Russian?
I-
You have network.
You have network.
Yes, we all have a network. R&I for a career. Yeah, if you want to be an R&I tech, that's fine.
They're needed.
Yeah, but the good R&I techs have a shelf life of about 3 years. So they always end up being a PDR guy. So R&I techs are always on the need.
Bye, Dan.
Bye, Dan. Yeah, don't go buy a Ferrari after a bad year. Stick with
Yeah.
the four-door dually 2015 diesels. That's a
Right.
lot better investment. You got to have four doors
Can you
as a
make a
single
living
big
doing
guy.
it? How many?
Man, we're not.
If he's talking about R&I, I mean, there's.
Depends on the
it
year.
Depends on the year. Depends on the gigs. Depends on how you are at managing your money. I mean,
Yeah,
you
if
know,
you're
I
in a
know some
body
R&I
shop,
guys that are doing really well, but there's also a bunch that aren't. Just like that guys.
what are the percentages?
Where here?
No,
Here.
it's a phrase from Tony's video.
Oh,
Awesome, man.
You can buy an 80-inch flat screen for your bathroom.
Yep.
After
Or you
this
can be in a
first storm.
$39.99 hotel room like this with 1985 wallpaper on it. Actually, this is nice for up here. But so yeah, anybody got any questions? And if this goes well, we'll do another one. Direct targeting to what you guys want to hear, like how to network to body shops, how to network to other technicians specifically.
That is true.
But bottom line, man, if you want to work, get you a group of 10, 15 guys that you know talk all the time, and one of you is going to get work, and just keep doing the same thing. If you need to work for somebody else, first time you pick up a tool and work for somebody else, I don't care if it's Dent Wizard, High Tech, Dent Concepts, top of the barrel, bottom of the barrel. If you decide you're going to work for somebody else, do your best. You never know when you're going to get a good spot again. And if you screw it up, they all talk. Everybody at top
Yeah.
talks.
There's a lot of us here. It's a real small
Yep.
community with all this internet stuff. Word gets around quick, and if your reputation sucks, that's tough to rebuild.
Rick Miller said 99% of his work this year was done through Facebook. I believe that. Rick's one of those guys I wasn't too sure about. This is a good example. I didn't know him. I knew he's kind of new. And then David Haxton sent me a message one time that said, Rick Miller's a good tech. That's all I needed to hear. That's what I mean by guys talking. So I've never met Rick Miller, but I would work with him anytime just based off of David Haxton's referral alone. So he done something right with
Yep.
David, and that's a perfect example. Anybody else got any questions? Yes, sir. You deserve it, buddy.
Anybody else got input?
I want to see a bunch of those hearts. I want to cover Ray's face in hearts.
Look at that.
Make him feel all special.
I feel like I'm asleep.
There's no red
I
ones
need
in
like
there.
a snorkel right here. That thing's coming off.
Let's hear more about pitching and cold calling body shops. All right.
Oh yeah, that's his expertise.
All right, here's what I do. And this, I don't care if you guys take this. I'm always going to find work. If not, then I'm going to come work for you because you found it. So depending on the size of the storm, if it's a small town, man, all I can say is good luck. I mean, there's only so many shops, and depending on the year, it could be percentages. There's a lot of variables. But if you're going to work in a regular hail season, and this is what I do. Big town like Austin gets hit. Dallas, I don't care how hoard out of an area it is in the past. I will drive to that town, and while every other hail guy,
not all small towns.
no,
I don't know.
a lot of them do. He's right. I agree. It depends on the
Not
season.
all, yeah, I guess.
Well, if you're in there, it doesn't blow. But if you're not, it does.
Right.
But if you're in a big city, let's say tomorrow Cincinnati got hit, I would drive to Cincinnati while everybody else is driving around, hitting 7 body shops, talking to each one for 20 minutes. I pick up the phone book, and there's 127 body shops in there. I will call it all 127 of them. If it says Joe's Enterprises and it's under body shops, I don't blow that shop off. I still call it, because you never know. You can't judge a book by its cover. But I will call every single body shop in that town, and I will make appointments. If I can make 5 appointments out of those 120 shops, more than likely I've got 5 shops. I can get in there. 1 of them might be okay, 2 of them might be okay, 5 of them might all be small. But between those 5 shops, me and a couple of my buddies are going to have work for a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one way to get into body shops.
Giving high percentages to sell yourself. Yep.
Yes, stop giving high percentages.
You have to learn how to sell yourself
Yep.
too. I mean,
We were in a town this year in Aurora, Missouri, right outside Springfield. As you guys all know, it's the PDR capital of the world. And this, I'm not, patting myself on the back here. This is a good example. We walked into a body shop, one of the first storms of the year. Every single big company in the world you can imagine was in there. And I walked in them, and I just gave a no bullshit attitude, told him honest truth. And he asked me my percentage, and I told him 25%. And he called me back 2 days later, and we talked. I sold myself and who we are and what we do. And I showed him my PDR Nation certifications. I kind of had to scramble, because he said, well, which tech is going to be in here? And I said, 2 guys that I just talked to, Tony Frazier and Ian Lamb. And I had to hope that they were going in there. He looked their stuff up. 2 days later, he called me. Ian Lamb finished up. We gave him our last statement today.
He's
The 19th statement. We were there for 19 weeks. And he was working right at 60% of the ticket. And that's how it should always be. I mean, it's not 100%, but if you're in a body shop, if you get a body shop at that percentage in the beginning of the year, then it goes a long way. So sell yourself, sell your services, and just stand for what you believe in. Don't give up a high percentage. Walk away. Go to the next 25 until you get one. Don't just drop your pants at the first store. All right, I want to read a couple. You get to answer some. I've been talking too much. What if the body shop has an in-house guy?
If body shop has an in-house guy, it's easy. Can he handle the work?
Yep,
Can he handle the workload? I mean, the scheduling is going to dictate how much that guy can handle.
The shop that Ian was in had an in-house guy, and I had Pat Wilkins, Todd Kammerer, Max Mitchell, all living within a half hour. When Ian's done, I want to go there. Well, couldn't do that because they had an in-house guy cleaning up, but he couldn't handle it, and Ian did a pretty good job there for a long time.
He did.
So it is rare,
Yeah.
but if you keep plugging away, you can get it.
Yeah, we're actually working in a
Yep.
shop that uses a different guy. And Dan, by the way, I'll talk to you about that later. You're in, buddy.
Paul Cordon, I think you already know that answer. I'm not gonna. Yeah, you know that guy.
But the guy couldn't handle it. Exactly. See,
Yep.
that's a perfect example right there. The guy couldn't handle all that work.
Which is another thing. I don't want to step on my own toes here, but call the local guy first. 9 times out of 10, he doesn't have a network. Say, hey,
True.
here's who I am. Again, sell yourself. Give them some good reasons to call you. Be professional. Tell them you got, insurance. Show up in a nice polo, shaved, not smelling like tequila. You might get some work there also. And this is all basic shit. I mean, everybody should be doing it, but being on the Hale Road all the time, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing how many people show up looking like they just woke up underneath the table down at Shorty's Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
Literally.
Don't call me without a good rep.
That's right, Paul. No, that's Paul Cordon down in Virginia. Good, steady work. Yep.
It's good. Got to be good and vouch for you.
Yeah, Dan's a really good says of being a dick. He says that right. We're not a dick to him, but he's an asshole. But we love him.
Somebody asked if we ever set up a retail location.
I don't set up retail. I don't know. I've just never done it. I know a lot of guys that do it, but I prefer working with a local guy or a body shop at a low percentage and getting the volume. So you can set up and work for 100%, probably get 20% of the cars. Yeah.
Yep.
Body shop, you get 10 times the cars. Just push for 60, 65% if you can. Even if it's 49, which sucks, you're still doing more than sitting in a tent.
retail with spray cans.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan's gonna be doing some spray cans in the truck.
I don't know if you get asked for previous body shop references.
I don't get asked enough, but I usually give them one. One of the things I do, it's kind of nervous because I got my ex-wife in my phone, but I hand them my phone. I tell them I have 2,000 contacts, and I tell them to flip through them and call anybody. But I type in auto body, and all the body shops I have are listed under auto body, and I tell them they can call any body shop they want to. They don't even ask me for that. I give them that option, and I think that breeds confidence in them as well.
Somebody asked what kind of advertising you doing at the shops. Right now, I mean, we're not doing really any advertising.
No.
Some of these shops have clientele and customers that have been going there for years. So, I mean, they go to these shops because that's where they go.
Somebody
As
asked
far
why
as-
body shops should make so much. You got to ask them that. I mean, it is their customer. We all know it's supposed to be sublet markup, but that just doesn't happen. We can argue about it all day. It just doesn't happen all the time. So it's their customer, their facility. You know, you try to keep them at 20%, but as we all in the PDR business know, that's almost a pipe dream. I can sit there and lie to you and say they're all at 20%, but we know that's just not what it is anymore.
This don't make a lot of difference.
Is that Derek Osborne? He's a body shop owner too. He's a smart dude. That's another guy. Derek is a guy that puts guys to work all the time. Derek, do you agree with everything we're saying about a dent guy? Doesn't matter how good he is, it's more about his appearance
Yeah, that
and
is.
his attitude and his professionalism. Yeah, he owns Dent Magic's Hail Team.
Sell them on profit margin. Yep, that's
Yep.
another good one. You have to. That's another thing. Go in there informed. Go in there knowing what you're talking about. Don't sit there and shoot from the hip and try to make shit up.
Yep.
You got to really know what works, what these body shops are looking for, how you could sell the low percentages, and how that actually makes them more money. And you have to know that information going in.
Yep. Would you rather make 25% off a full car or 40% off of 3 panels because they're passing on the roof and the hood and the deck lid because there's not enough money left over for them, and then they bog their body shop down? And there's so many things. A lot of you guys already know this stuff, but sell them on stuff you know. People always say, "Is that one of your sales lines?" It might be a sales line. It wasn't intended to that. It's just knowledge. Just you have to know your business better than them.
I was at Martin's Den Shop. He pays 80% to guys.
Yeah, I'll work with you anytime.
Yeah, no shit.
I'll load my tools up in the hills there. Where are you from, Martin? It's probably in England. You know, I was watching Shane Jacks earlier. He had a really good show. See all those little hearts over there? He had 10 times as many as we do.
Shane's the man. I mean,
Yeah.
Shane's just.
Ray looks like he's wearing that hat that has the, like, this is going to come off with it. That's his real hair. Isn't that awesome? He's 57 years old. Martin's in Pennsylvania.
He's
So-
probably still doing stuff from last year.
So this, like I said, this wasn't technical. This is more about how to present yourself to
Well,
people
okay.
that are hiring. You guys have any questions on that?
Somebody did ask about nice flare hair. Thank you.
Dan says no. He's just so awesome to be around all the time.
Dan, you're so positive.
I spent 7 hours in the truck with him. He's fun. Thank you. I wish
that?
everybody had their name on there. I don't know who it is half the
It's
time.
hard to guess.
I know Joe. She's got his company in it.
I'm Hail Chaser.
It is all common sense, but some guys,
It is.
common sense, all those things, they might think
It's
these are common
amazing.
sense. The other ones they don't think about. You know, what's wrong with a 1987
it's true.
Polo? Can you do a hail dance? I'll do a hail dance. Oh, there's Matt.
Matt Erickson. What's up, Matty? You're welcome.
All right.
There'll
Yep.
be more. I want to answer about what else do people want to know?
Hold on. What's that?
Hey,
Almost
Gary.
all body shops can be found on ibegin.com.
Yeah.
And another thing, while I'm thinking about it, if you guys really want some advice, I know a lot of you use Yelp and Google for body shops. There is nothing better than a local phone book, man. If you go to a town, take that damn phone
What
book
about
with
green
you.
guys like me? How
How would I get on the trail? Bubba, change your first name. This isn't NASCAR. No, man, Bubba, I would suggest, man, find somebody close to you, man, that's online, that's got a reputation, and fix some dents for them. Spend a day over at Shane's place. I know you're close to there, and say, dude, I know you don't know me, but I want to fix a handful of dents for you, and will you give me props online? And you know what? That goes a long way. Same with what David Haxton said about Rick Miller.
Kevin.
It's Kevin.
Cat machine.
I don't know if it's Kevin Going or Kevin Blakely, maybe. If Kevin Blakely
Yeah,
was
if you're
on there.
just starting out getting
Kevin
on the ale
Jones
trail,
Jones.
if you're just getting out on the ale trail, just,
What's up, Blakely?
what up, Kevin?
But yeah, so
What up, dog?
real quick, Bubba, seriously, I want to answer your question. I know you're in the Carolinas somewhere. Find some, no, he has. Hold on, Bubba, are you in Carolina?
No, I'm gonna guess Tennessee,
No, he's got to be Carolina or Alabama.
Arkansas.
Columbia, South Carolina. There you go. So that's
Maybe
not
I'll
too
go
far
Missouri.
from Shane because nobody in Missouri is named Bubba. No, Bubba, I see him online a lot. He's a real good dude. Go visit Shane one day. Now, Greg Hayden, when Shane's gone, Greg's over there. Find anybody that has some solid credentials out there and fix some dents for them.
It's the best way to get in. Good luck getting into Canada.
Yeah, Canada's pretty much gone.
That's way tough.
Australia and UK.
Australia's made
Call
it
some
tougher.
companies.
It's a little harder to get in Australia.
But make sure you go fix some dents for Shane or somebody, man. They'll give you some props online. There's Bubba's in Owensville, I'm sure. There might be a couple Bubba's, but they don't have internet, so I know you're not from Missouri. The only internet they have is when they go to McDonald's and sign in on the free Wi-Fi.
Australia isn't too bad. I'd like to go there someday.
Australia's
I
alright.
have a feeling I'd do more surfing than anything.
I'd do my homework a lot more before I went next time. Bring Timmy's in Canada and you'll be in like Flynn. Tim Hortons, I'm sure. Alright, so put the pen down, Brent. You got screwed in Aussie. I hope that's on money. And bring anything back with you. Canada, from what I understand, I don't know all the details, but in a nutshell, they shut down visas. I heard a lot of stories. The one that made the most sense to me, and again, I don't know if this is true. If somebody else knows, chime in. But in Canada, when you work, they take 40% of your taxes. And when you come back here, you file and you get that money back, and they are giving away 40% of their PDR money. And it might not seem like a lot, but that's a lot of money up there. That's what I heard. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it makes sense. So you have to pretty much be a dual citizen or Canadian to work in Canada now, and the exchange rate does suck.
Yeah, the exchange rate does suck. I think it's 70 cents to the dollar right now.
Yeah, and CSI, I heard that too. I don't know if it's because they have
Somebody asked
company headquarters up there or not, but yeah. So, but for every dollar you make up there, you're making 70 cents down here, and then with the taxes, you're working at 30-40% of the ticket, and it's just, yeah. I know a guy, Tony Frazier, goes up there a lot, and he knows some really good people, has some really good contacts, and if he says it's done, then I can pretty much assure you it's done unless somebody finds a different loophole. So, all right, let's all pitch in, Derek. I'm game. I think you got to have $460,000 invested in something up there before you can start a company. Aim the camera down. How about I just stand up for you, buddy? Is that better for you?
stories online. Call the guy. Don't believe your so-called friends. Cause
Yes, that's true too, Joe. I work with Scott Blinn with KHS
Tom will
sometimes.
help
He
us.
screwed Canada up.
Scott Blinn.
I'm a Tim Hortons. That's my brother-in-law, Ted Pearl, promoting Tim Hortons, and he works at Quick Trip. Shame on you. So anybody else got any questions? Want to see a rap battle tonight?
I can't rap for shit.
I can rap.
We're only getting half upraised face.
All right. Let's say Dan has a question. Oh shit! Here we go.
All right, what is it? Canadian Hill Repair. I just had to let go. Something
I heard the same thing. Is that Bing Wong up there? Or what's the other guy's name? Bing Wong and Sam Piercy, I think. Yeah, I heard.
What's
they
your
had
question,
some-
Hammer?
I heard they had some stuff in Winnipeg they couldn't even staff. Not them, but some other guys. Because of visa law. And I guess, you know what, though? That's pretty awesome for supply and demand. I mean, the techs that are up there are probably killing it. Even though their dollar sucks compared to ours, everything else is comparison, their cost of living. So those guys are making it happen. They're probably happy there's no American techs.
Yeah. What time will you be in that truck annoying the Dunkin' Donuts?
The Dunkin' Donut girl that I was annoying today was a man that thought he was a girl. And I ordered I smoke a latte. He's like, I smoke a latte? I'm like, well, that's nice, but I just want a coffee.
CD.
Yeah.
Syrup has nothing on it.
I smoke a latte. Oh, maple syrup, Tim Hortons, pure speculation. Where do you guys see PDR in 10 years?
Whew, that's a good question.
You know what? Honestly, my opinion is more and more dent guys, I believe that they're going to start going more and more to PDR. And everybody bitches about these big companies like High Tech and Dent Wizard and CSI getting direct repair. I wouldn't knock it, man. I mean, they might be getting it now. If they screw it up, we're going to be slaves to a body shop forever. If they get it right, then they're going to start leaning on PDR more. And who are they going to lean on? If you think 3 or 4 or 5 companies can handle all the work, they're going to have to go to other companies. Established local PDR companies that have their shit together, businesses, not just techs with a job, they're going to be getting the work. Why is a hail company a necessity for a local tech? Well, why don't you answer that, Dan? Yeah, see, that's what I did when I am going to promote myself eventually on this. I'll have a show, but right now I just rather try to help the guys out there that are struggling to find work this time of year.
I do. Is that Shane? What up, Shane?
Should I be certified first?
I'm chasing full time. Not sure how do I get
I'm
in.
good at getting
yours. It disappeared.
I'm good at getting a foot in the door, but struggle with closing. Any advice? Don't take your foot out of the door. I mean, honestly, it's hard to sell personality in sales. Just believe in what you're saying. Don't walk out. When they say no, don't just turn around and say, thanks, man, have a good day, and you know, ask them why.
Yeah,
No,
that's the best.
They might not want confrontation either, but you're there to provide for your family. And if you walk in there saying this guy's probably going to say no, you're happier. I go in there, if I can get 15 no's a day, I had a good fucking day, excuse me. But if I go in there expecting yes, man, I'm going to be disappointed and I'm going to stop walking in shops. I expect to hear no every single time. And then when he says no, I ain't telling him I'm a good salesman. Yeah, I was selling you. But don't just take no. Ask him why. Why aren't you using me? Well, I got this other company. Well, I'm better than them, and let me, give you a chance to show it. Do a demo for them. Have them look up your PDR Nation right there on your computer. Look it up. Just do me a favor and look real quick.
Well,
I'll be back tomorrow.
And if you're not on PDR Nation or anything, ask them to do a demo.
It's not just a numbers game either. Here's another thing. When you guys are going to dealerships,
Don't ever bash other companies. That's a great one.
yeah, don't bash companies. You never see me talking shit about nobody like Chad Flint. I mean,
We do a video cast on selling yourself. Sure.
we can do that. But be confident in what you do. Yes, I said it. Sorry, he's my one this year, dumbass. So, just be confident. Don't take no for an answer. And be persistent, man. If they tell you no and they look frustrated, then leave. But you know what? Come back the next morning with donuts and coffee.
Man,
I couldn't read all that.
He said the bail certification didn't help him when he was talking to insurance companies. He's not so confident in getting PDR Nation cert.
Yeah, and that's fine.
It's
Everybody always says nobody's ever asked me for a certification. Nobody has ever asked me for one either. But it's a tool in my arsenal that I will use if I need to get into a shop.
it helped me get a shop.
Yep.
It actually helped me stay in a shop too.
Yep.
Somebody tried.
If anybody have questions, I'm pretty confident. There's a body shop called Lackey's Auto Body in Aurora, Missouri. We finished it today. I don't care. You guys call, talk shit, whatever you want to say. Ask them how I got in their door and how we got them at 25%. And they're going to tell you the PDR Nation certified techs and their reviews got us in there.
Any advice on selling yourself as a local?
Yeah, just tell them you're close by
tell
and
them you're
you'll
close by.
be there when all the problems hit. Say, I'm not going to fix all that dude's screw ups, but I'll fix anything that my guys have.
Move to your left. We should have turned the phone sideways.
Nah, we can't read the questions. Come here, little funny. Hold on, let's try to fix this. Sit on Ryan's lap. No, that's kind of
this is-
gay. And that's not
it's
Saturday.
not that kind of show.
Yeah, that's Saturday.
That's Saturday night's show.
Saturday night.
There you go.
I'll sit on your lap right there.
Don't, please don't.
Talking about the first thing that pops up.
Please
No,
don't.
seriously, no. So, all right, anybody got any questions or anything we didn't answer?
Yeah, I missed that screenshot. No, just squeeze in, buddy.
There he is.
I'm where all these hearts are.
How come Ray has hair? Because he
So
doesn't
much
have to
hair.
deal with all the bullshit that I do. It's a proper amount of personal business insurance to have for a solo tech trying to land shops? I think your average is 1 million, 2 million, and I'm not familiar with all the numbers, but if you want some information, there's a guy that sells insurance to me that sells a lot to CSI and other companies.
2
I can
million.
give you his phone number. Yeah, 2 million sounds right.
2 million is good.
Yep. So, and if you're working with me, I'm pretty sure CSI, High Tech, myself, a couple other companies all have a need for workers' comp anymore. That Wizard is self-insured and does not.
They're there.
So it helps to have that. It's kind of a sham, doesn't do you any good, but it does help you.
How long do you guys stay in one town while hunting for a shop before moving on?
Till I feel like it's not happening. It depends on the size of the town. If it's a small town, there's 4 shops, and I can only take no for an answer 4 or 5 times, and you're gone the next day.
Yeah.
Big town like Austin, I brought that up because a couple years ago, I was in Austin. This was 2009, and I was knocking on doors after I had all my phone calls, got my appointments, and the guys just weren't seeing the cars that we needed. Got in there, and I finally called Greg Lacey up. And I said, hey, somebody gave you your phone number, you're the caliber, I heard you need some help. And he said, nope, I'm all good. I said, I heard you have, I'm not going to say his name, I'm Jordan Young?
Yeah.
I heard you got Jordan Young working for you. I'm pretty sure you need help. At the time, it was a joke. Jordan's a friend of mine.
I was there working with him.
And he laughed and said, come on out here. So on my way out there, one of the shops called back, and we got work from them. That was 3 days into the storm. So don't leave too early. It'd be funny if Dan was in the same room with us.
It would be funny. What if he's like in the bathroom?
Mm-hmm. I'll still answer more questions. I'm kind of enjoying this.
Double coverage.
Want to hear something funny? This is when Dan
Here we
hangs
go.
up.
Yeah. I want to hear something like
Hang up, Dan. Go get a tattoo.
Dan has just left the room. That was pretty funny.
All right, anything else? Clock's ticking. I guess we taught them everything. They're all going to be making phone calls tomorrow to our shops. And we're
Yeah,
gonna be
no
out of
kidding.
business.
We're in Boston.
We'll give
by
you
the way.
15%. I'm not taking no for an answer.
We're down in Greenville, South Carolina. Call all those shops.
Yep. There's no outlooks for the next couple days, but I think it's going to hail on Friday, so load up your diesel trucks. Are flip-flops required to do hail? That's another question. In all seriousness, I know it's a joke. Dude, if a guy shows up with flip-flops, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're making how much for your flip-flops? This isn't
That whole
Baywatch.
Yeah.
Shane Jackson can pull it off. He's about the only one. Shane Jackson can pull off any kind of a look. He's just got that magical appearance. Greenville is covered. How do you ensure a tech will get a repeat call from you? Oh man, that's a really good question. In my opinion, if I call a guy to work, if I'm lucky enough to have worked for a guy, it's not always there, and I call him up, it's just all about who he is as a person. You can't really teach morality and, just basic human normalness. A good example, we were in Minnesota this year, and that's funny, Shane. You got a call. Anyways, let's not go there. So we were in Minnesota, and I met a couple new guys, Brad Wickham and Billy Joe Verdon. Just third-year techs, I think, maybe fourth year.
Awesome.
And they're working up here again. Nothing against anybody else, but they were normal. They were humble. They were polite. They did good work. They were not fast. Tony and Max worked circles around them, but I would call, I'm just being honest, I would call Billy and Brad the exact same time I would call Tony and Max, who are probably two of the best techs I've ever met. Tony Frazier and Max Van Nostrum. But it's just about being a normal person, Don't don't be a douchebag. I don't know how else to put it.
Drama free.
Yep.
Good work. Good work ethic. Show up on time.
Yep. Just be a normal
It's just
person.
simple. It's like really
And
common sense
there's
stuff.
other guys that just
It's the way of the
dumb,
game.
just dumb. Who is that? Hale Logistics. Just don't be a dummy. And I hope I don't
I'm
insult
golf
anybody out here,
anytime, by
but
the way. If we're ever in a storm, you guys want golf, I'm in. I'm not that good, but I play.
asses and elbows.
I mean, people have
Yes,
drunk.
they do.
Fuck. Dead
If you're
drama.
looking at the other guy's car more than you're
Josh
looking at
Allen.
yours, there's a problem. Hey, did you hear so and so? I told you that already. Doug did 4 cars. He did.
Dude. How?
How is Tony and Max do 8 cars? They must be paying their own eye guy. They must be cherry picking. Bullshit. I'm gonna hurry up. I bet they're hacking cars. Let's push the envelope on this one and see what happens. We had a guy. This is another true story. About 07, 08. There was 20 stalls at a wholesale thing. True story. I'm not gonna name names. True story. 20 stalls, and each guy had their cars coming in. And this one dude had like 4 cars behind his stall. And they were the lightest, man. And these were cherry. And he's blowing through them. And these guys are like, what the hell? Why is he getting all the cherry cars? Well, those were all his comebacks. You know? And that guy, I mean, that's a true story. Come on, give me some hearts if you like that. That's a true story.
Those are his comeback cars?
Those were his comebacks.
They were lining up his comeback
He
cars.
didn't get another phone call.
That dude's got all the cherries over there. Those are all his comeback cars.
What if you do the opposite of that and still don't get the calls? Well, I don't know. Maybe it depends on who you're marketing with or who you're networking with. I don't even know who asked that. Paying for cherries is a great biz. Yes. I'm not going to say, I don't see Shane doing that though. Can you have a nickname like Poo Poo and still survive in the dead business? That must be Todd Kammerer, and he's been around 22 years. So yes, Poo Poo.
Proof is in that.
Yes. Just don't put your name on the ticket like that. Todd Poo Poo Kammerer.
Under technician.
And remember, if you're working for somebody, you're working for them. Don't go to the body shop and say, hey, you know, maybe we can do some side jobs here, and then next thing you know, you're out. Or who am I working for here? I know some guys in Minnesota that saw that happen, and there was one guy who was involved in that. He was a good friend of mine. He made a mistake in judgment one day. He made it better. Then the other guy kind of screwed it up from there. But so don't forget who you're working for, because you won't last long in this business either.
That'll spread like wildfire too.
That was a $15,000 error on some dude's part that'll never get a phone call from me. And I remember when I said no drama on Facebook. You know how hard it was for me, and still is for me, not to put his name out there and say this cocksucker stole 15 grand from me. But don't do it, because it just makes you look like a high maintenance whiner, and nobody wants you around. Just move on with your business. You'll make it up in the next time. So, and just keep, making your group tighter and tighter. Did I say cocksucker?
I think you did.
I did. This isn't politically correct tonight. I said it again, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, he was. He was.
That's what's kind of cool about it. We're not
away.
PC at all here.
No.
All that. What?
So, any other questions out there? Yes, integrity.
Makes money.
Absolutely. You can't fake it, man. You can fake it for a little while, but it's all going to come out. So, and then again, if you're watching this and you're going to say, I'm going to try and do this tomorrow, if the trying is trying to be not a whiner, then you might not make it. I mean,
if you're trying to,
you might just be a gossip queen forever. Just go back to doing Dordings, or you better get a shop yourself, and you might be that guy giving up 40%. But some people just aren't cut to work with other people and be professional. So not everybody can fix dents. Not everybody can be a businessman. So I struggle with that myself sometimes.
We may be working in body shops and it's all dirty and there's, whatever, people with sailor's mouths, but it's still a business.
Yep.
And you still got to show up, be professional. There's a time and place for everything.
It is all common sense, but you'd be surprised how many people don't do it. The reason that we're doing this tonight is because
don't be a cocksucker.
Number one, this app was new, and I wanted to find a way to use it. Number two is all I've been seeing all year is it's a bad year. It's a bad year. And I'm like, holy shit, it's been one of my best year ever. How are people not working? And then I look at the people online and the way they're acting. I'm like, well, look at what you're saying. Look at the way you're acting. Look at the way you look. So it's common sense, but some people maybe just need a wake-up call.
What's a good company?
How long have you been a broker? I have never been a broker. I am a Hale management guy. I know a lot of you guys have never met me personally, but I will make money if the situation is right. If the situation is not right, I'm not greedy. The dollar does not control me like a lot of brokers. Eric Garves in Austin called me this year for help, and 5 minutes into it, I said, dude, you don't need me. You got this. And we talked a few times. Same with Stephen Green in Baltimore. He needed some help. I don't need to make money off him. I hooked him up with a guy or two. So a broker, never gives up a dollar, in my opinion. Broker is old school. You got a list of phone numbers to put guys to work.
Yes, whoever just said that.
Anymore is it's more about management and hail. And that's when Dan asked why a guy needs me.
How do you avoid getting burned?
Management.
Working for the wrong guy if you don't have a good network yet. Man,
That's a good question.
There's so Joe started a page, 2 pages. There's the blacklist and the
Yep.
whitelist. That's the great start right there.
Yeah,
if you
you're
don't
welcome, Ken.
know, if you're
And
just
I didn't
getting out
think it
on
the
the
wrong way.
trail, you're just getting out on the trail and you don't know, somebody offers you work and you don't know who they are. Joe started those 2 pages. What is it?
PDR blacklist and PDR
and
whitelist.
Yep. Or and get online and put their name out there. Anybody know this person? You'll get answers pretty quick.
Yep. But yeah,
Facebook is good for.
if you're going to
to
go work for somebody, and if you're not on those lists, just ask around. Call the local body shops. See who do you use. But Facebook, I mean, everybody jokes about Facebook, but if you go into one of those groups and you say, "How is Joe Thompson to work for?" Sorry, Joe. I mean, you're going to have very few guys, if any, say anything bad about Joe. They might say he needs to lose a little bit of weight, but that's not. No, but I mean, I'm thinking about going to work for Joe Thompson. Has anybody heard of him before? You're going to see all this shit come up about Joe. He's a great guy, super good dude, always trying to help the industry, and that's all you need to know. It's either a yes or a no. There's very few people that work for in this business that it's I don't know, he might pay you. So
It's hurt me a lot for making those pages.
we had but call around if you really want to know you don't get burnt. Call around.
That was a good thing, Joe.
Yeah,
I think.
and one more thing, you can make a contract too. If anybody wants a copy of a contract, hit me up, Ryan at thehalecompany.com, and I'll send you one that I have, and you can just type it up on Microsoft Word or whatever and change your name on it. But there's nothing wrong with going to work for a company and saying, "Hey, I'm going to work for you. Will you sign this?" And if anybody ever came to me with that, I have no problem signing it.
That's a good indicator.
I'm going to read it. It's like going to say, "Hey, my name's Bob. I'm going to work with you for this percentage, and you're going to pay me for what I've done." And I'm going to say, "Yes, I am," and I'm going to sign it.
Yeah.
If anybody else doesn't want to sign it, maybe there's a red flag
That's
for
a
you
red
too.
flag. Yeah, exactly.
So contracts are good. Do you enter into contracts with body shops? Yes, I do.
45 seconds.
You must be in Owensville with that internet they have down there, Kent.
The signal's here kind of weak, isn't it?
Do you have one of those? What, a body shop contract? Joe asked if we had one of those.
The contracts?
I don't know what he meant. How do you get a body shop to sign one? Usually, I walk up to them and I hand them an ink pen. I'm like, "Do me a favor, I'm going to do a lot of work for you. Sign right here, because I'm not going to do $150,000 worth of work for you without a contract." And if you're professional, if you walk into a body shop nervous with the only intent is, "God, I hope I get this shop, I hope I get this shop," you're going to be afraid to get them to sign a contract. If you go in there going, "I want this shop, but I'm going to make sure I get paid," have them sign a contract. And if they don't want to sign it, there's your sign also. But again, get a contract that isn't so heavy loaded with words like, "My name is Joe, and I'm going to be working these hours, and you are going to pay me this percentage. If you don't pay me, you have to give me 30 days notice, and you're going to pay me within 4 days. And if you go to court, well, hold on one second. I'm going to finish this one. But if you want to get a body shop to sign a contract, make one that says not just what they're going to do for you, but what you're going to do for them, and they're more apt to sign it for you."
Yes, I agree with
So you don't have to be so hardcore with them. I wouldn't want to sign something like that. It's kind of scary. That's a good idea too.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. And if you're in a shop, when I just said you don't want to make them long term like that, if you're in a shop like Joe is for long term, they'll sign a recurring one also, because they want to guarantee that you're going to be there if it's a busy hail season. Don't leave us stranded. It goes both ways. Don't ever sell yourself short. If you're a solid dude, man, you're a commodity, whether they want you to believe that or not. So you got to believe in yourself. Do you believe in that magic? Like Derek does. He's gone. He won't get to see that. Anybody got anything else? But I'm weird. Body shops love me.
You gotta sell. on
Yeah.
quality. And then if you're going to sell on quality, you got to provide quality as well. I
Mhm.
mean, you can't just blow smoke up their ass.
Yep.
My buddy
If
is
you're
not so
if you're doing good work in a body shop, working on some beat shit, making them money, you're probably not going to get kicked out of that shop. So again, just have confidence. Yep, no problem, Ian.
You're welcome.
It's Ian the Costa from Atlanta, Georgia. Yep. You guys got any ideas for another one? I actually enjoyed this tonight. I thought I might be nervous on camera. Just hope my overbite didn't show. Does it show? No overbite? I'm good. So, but if you guys got any more things you want to hear about,
Paperless estimating.
paperless estimating, I like that. There's all kinds of different apps out there. How long should a tech be able to survive without being paid so they don't look needy and broke? Man, I don't
That's
know.
up to your spending habits.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's
You know,
different. You know?
Kid brought up a point earlier about how long was I a broker. Dan asked me why local guy needs me. Hold on one second. Let me answer Tony's question. So I don't think it should matter if a guy's broke or not broke. He should not have to wait for his check. I mean, I shouldn't have to walk up to say Ray and go, "Hey man, if you need a check, let me know." You know, for me, it depends on the situation. If
I need a check.
Yeah, if I'm working off of 500-600 cars, I like to pay off the statements because it helps me keep my paperwork. But you know, if it's a guy that's working in a body shop who's taking off, like Bob Koch finished up yesterday or Friday, I wrote him a check for his money and sent him home. It just depends on the guy. Guys shouldn't have to wait more than 2 weeks for his money, though, if you're paying off of when you get paid. Another thing, if you're going out there getting work, don't be afraid to ask for money. You know, if they owe you 60 grand, just walk in there and say, hey, you know, first day, I'm going to give you a statement every Thursday, get paid every Friday. Don't ask them, tell them that, and just walk out. You know, and not in a dickhead way. Like, hey, just so you know, the way we got our company set up is we get statements on Thursdays. We can pick up checks on Fridays. If we have to wait till Monday, we can. And then, of course, if you need to wait a week or so till the checks start coming in, but set that up right away. Yeah, you can include pay periods in your contract as well. Yep. Anything that you're asking here tonight, if it's a question you have, covered in your contracts. All the top brokers pay weekly or bi-weekly. Yeah, and I do that. I will say this. After this year has been one of my busiest years ever, I actually understand why some of the bigger companies pay on the 15th and 30th. It's a nightmare, paperwork-wise. Just for me, I mean, we've had not big storms,
Communicate up front.
but it's a lot of work, man, to pay somebody every Friday. You know, you're writing a check in your hotel room, and then you're trying to keep up with their shitty paperwork if you're using paper. So it's a headache, man. But I agree. I try to pay every single week, and I like to pay everybody when they leave a storm. We're in Minnesota, and I couldn't pay everybody right away because they were gone, and it was a lot. We had 800 cars there, and it was a ton of money. But I got paid before I left, and I even made deposits directly into their bank that day. I drove around to 4 different banks and put a deposit in for them. So, you know, the guys that you're working for should be worried about your check just as much as you are.
Yeah, that's another thing. Keep your paperwork organized.
Yes.
Keep I have 3 different sets. I have the tech sheet, I have copies of invoices, and then I have my own little logbook that I log all my stuff in. Backed up, and backed up. Just stay organized. I know exactly what I'm owed. I know exactly what I've done. I've got ROs, VINs, all that stuff. So that's another key thing. Keep your paperwork organized.
Yep, he's right. When you, I did payroll last week, and I asked everybody, you got a text sheet? And they're like, oh, hold on a second. And then it's scribbled, and it looks like they ordered like the copy they were writing down what everybody got from Jimmy John's on Friday. You know, good paperwork is nice, man. If you're working with a guy that's got that together too, it makes sense. Brad Wickham, I went out to see him today, but he had everything on his text sheet down, splits with Billy. I mean, that's you're asking about how you get a call back. It's not always about their work. I mean, work matters, but the work is very important. But if you've got it all together, that's what this is about. You can be a great tech and a dumbass. You can be a super nice guy and a horrible tech. I'm not calling either one of you. Put it all together.
Sure. I mean, if you want to take a picture of everything and have your phone all loaded up with them, you could do that too, I suppose.
Yep.
Just write it down.
Did you see that light over there? It's really bright. We're over there. There's one behind me, but there's one right over there too. Anyways, I stole that from Transformers. Take pictures of the numbers. Yep. liens, put a mechanic lien on a car if you have to. Definitely get all the information. Get Joe, that's a great point. Every car you do, write the information from the insurance, customer name and phone number. Take a picture of all that. So if the shop says something stupid, call the customer. Say, hey, we fixed your car for John's Body Shop, but they said you haven't paid yet. Cover your bases there too.
Mm-hmm. What online invoices?
What online? Man, there's a bunch of different ones out there. I have not used a lot of them. I'm using one that's not available yet. Buddy of mine made it, and I'm demoing it for the year. But from what I've seen, Mobile Tech RX, is that how you say it? Or
Mobile
RX?
Yeah.
Hey, that's funny, Kevin going. I love that guy. Kevin and I go way back to painting cars and body
Recon.
shops.
Joe uses Recon
Yeah,
Pro.
Recon Pro.
Pro's good.
Pretty much. They're not all the same, but they're getting there. I'm going to venture and say in about 5 years, all the apps are going to be so close. It's going to have everything you
Tech
need,
Books.
and I'm looking
That's
forward to
okay.
that day.
Mobile
Yeah,
Tech
Mobile
Books.
Tech RX. And then Raymond Sapp's got a good one also. PDR
Raymond's
Estimate's
good,
pretty badass.
The Mobile Techs go right
I
here.
would say Ding Stinger. I used that last year and loved it, but I guess they're shutting down, which kind of sucks for a lot of guys. Invoice to Go.
Invoice to go.
AR Invoice, Ricky Baines got that one. I've never used it, but I've heard nothing but good things, and it's supposed to have a really good price too. So, yeah, I heard that too. Does anybody use a body shop estimating app like Autotex to do their hail estimating? That's got all the R&I times and paint times.
Oh,
and
that'd be nice.
for comparison.
Have all the RMI.
It's too much money.
Oh shit, you're still here.
Oh my god. Dan went out and removed the
We
bed off
miss
of his
you too,
truck.
Dan. I'm fluent in CC.
You're gonna be, if you want that body shop, you're gonna be
Yeah.
very fluent in it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anybody else got any questions?
I need a beer.
I've used the Pathways program, CCC1, but I don't even know how much it is.
It's probably expensive.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's like I got a quote for Autotex for like $250 a month or something. That's awesome.
Conventional prices.
What do you do with slow techs? Work circles around them. As long as they
Yes.
do clean work, I don't care.
You already covered.
Did you
insurance.
already cover
We did.
insurance? We did a little bit. Guy asked about what you should have.
Minimum.
Like $2 million general liability and garage keepers. Okay. And I can call you, Kevin, also if you want to talk about it. Especially the workers' comp part, it gets kind of confusing. But pretty much all the big
A lot of
companies
companies
require it
are
now.
requiring that
Dan
now.
Wizard's self-insured, so they don't have to, but the rest of them, a wholesale deal, they'll take it off the top or they'll charge you per invoice or something. Thanks, Tony. I was really nervous about Tony Frazier being in here tonight.
Is it paid for your last Tony? I didn't go to Van Halen.
Yeah, I would have been at Van Halen, sorry.
Oh, that would have been a great show.
Yeah, that would have been
Foo
awesome.
Fighters played some Van Halen.
Did they? Yeah. Yeah. So how's your mom?
Mom's good. Health is good.
Good.
How's Irene? Irene good?
Irene's good. She was hitting
Irene's
on,
probably
she was,
there.
she was
Irene,
hitting
are
on
you
Dan
there?
Hammer earlier. What do you do when there's a midget in the show across from street for you to go? You don't go.
Oh,
You
sorry.
don't go.
Oh, you don't go.
Well, you
I
might
mean-
go if they're wrestling, but if they're getting naked, that's another story altogether. That's kind of weird. He could have watched this later and went to Van Halen. Yes,
This
he
is
could
true.
have. That's Chad Madden. Yeah, you never miss a Van Halen concert. You never miss midget wrestling. I've never. Hey, thanks, Ken. You're that guy that helped that dude this year fix his hail cars after he had a heart attack or something too. I think that's pretty cool of you too. I love ACDC.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys out there I'd love
There's
to
some
meet.
good dudes out there.
Everyone should go to MTE this year.
Another example. Kent, good shit online, man. Doing the right thing. People see that. Give back to
Would
your
love
industry.
that. I would love to shake your hand.
Yeah, same here, buddy. So, anyways, represent yourself professionally and get all your business affairs in order. And remember, it's a mental business. If you're on the road and you're arguing with your wife at home, stay at home. Don't leave yet. Stay one more day. Follow through. Be professional.
You're welcome.
Order your Domino's, order your soda. Be prepared.
Prepared.
Wet. Really wet. Really Ryan. Nope. Oh, I think he meant my ear. Hammer freaking.
That's
All right.
funny.
All right. Are we good here? Did I get my logo in there?
That was fun. Just so
Hey,
you know, I'm wearing a polo, but I have Speedos on the lower half.
Hey, thanks. There's 34 guys in here still. Hit that heart button as many times as you can before you go.
Brie Olsen is live. Yes.
Brie Olsen
you guys
is
watch her
live, and
getting
is that
ready
Ashley
earlier?
Olsen's twin?
She takes like 2
Hey,
hours
there's
to get
Joel.
ready.
Joel's in there singing. Woot, woot. Thanks, guys.
See you in the morning.
Yep. And
back.
I'm not gonna leave until there's no more people left watching. Maybe I will actually.
I'm gonna.
All right, we
I
good here?
probably won't wait.
Hey, do me a favor if you enjoyed this. Honestly, say something on Facebook. I know you guys see me on Facebook all the time.
I'm staying here.
There's a reason for that, man. I like to network and market, just like I told you. Go on there, say something positive about it, get guys to watch it, and hopefully this helped you guys out. And the more people we get watching, the more ideas we get, the more shows we can do, and the more we can help you.
Yep.
So please share what you saw tonight, and I appreciate you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Throw
Thanks
hearts.
for listening. And thanks for putting up with our shit.
Woody Cost just texted me. What happened to your show? Looks like he just woke up from a binge. What happened to your show? Peace.
See you
brothers.
guys.
All right. Keep them coming.
Stay professional. Don't be douchebags.
Don't be douchebags. That should be the
That's a
slogan.
pretty simple one
Yeah.
right there.
And follow Shane Jacks. I was talking to him
Yes.
today. Him and Keith Constantino, they're teaching you stuff that I don't even quite understand. I mean, they read books, and I don't read books. I have an attention span of about the size of a caterpillar. But I know this business, and I'm confident in that, so I'll help you with the basic, common, every day in and day out stuff. But Shane can really help you a lot on the business side. So watch Shane's episodes on PDR College. And I'm almost confident that Dent Trainers are going to be doing something. So,
Yeah.
Dent Trainer and PDR College, you're going to learn a lot from them. And also, what's Shane's address on here? I don't know, but
I think it was.
we'll find out. Get it to you, Dan. And then NAPDRT, join them for $100 a year. They're doing some stupid good things. Even if you don't join them, you don't have to. But they're still going to help you. And PR Nation, that's kind of different. That's for you marketing yourself. 2 different entities. But support your industry. There you go, PDR College Shane.
Video cameos, that would be entertaining.
But Shane does not like hearts.
There you go.
He said give them all to Keith.
Yeah.
I guess they're having a competition.
Yeah, they're having like a
First
heart
one.
wars.
I want to see if I get more to Shane tonight. No problem, Dan. Anybody else got anything?
Anyway, this was fun.
Yeah, this was a good
This
time.
was cool.
It was good.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep. Get out. I'm gonna go take a shit. All right, sounds good, Kevin. But there's still 27 people giving hearts. How do you walk away from it? And what do those hearts mean? Do they mean anything? Come here, Matt. I want you to meet Matt
Yeah, you
Branham.
guys gotta meet this dude. He's
Come
been sitting
here.
there the whole time.
Matt Branham wanted
Matty.
to learn something tonight. I love this guy.
This guy's-
He's one of the smartest, nicest. I'm going to work for this dude in 5 years. He
Yeah.
came over here. It's Matt Branham.
What's up, Matty?
Give him some love. Matt's the hardest working dude in this room, so he's a really good dude. If you haven't met him yet, you should. But he's our everything. Depends on the store, man. If you got 500
You're our-
cars,
Oh, he's our everything.
he is, dude. Matt's
Yeah,
the
I
glue,
understand.
dude.
He is.
He's gonna help manage. He can do anything. R&I, estimate, everything. He's the real deal. Matt Branham, everybody.
Everybody. Nice to meet you. That's Matty.
He's a good dude. So, all right. Should we just hang up, or are these people watching this?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm like, no, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
No, you hang up.
Hang up.
You hang up. How do you hang up on 30 Lovers?
I don't know. There's-
We could sing a song.
I don't want to sing.
I want to sing a song just for you, okay?
Please don't sing a song.
Ebony and ivory.
I am brown
I am.
and
you are white. You are blind as a bat, and I have sight.
Oh, too funny.
No
anyway,
kidding.
now we're just being goofs.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
this is fun. You have to kick me out. Tattoo Billy. That's Billy Lawson.
See that little X right there? All you gotta do is say
Yeah.
that thing.
Don't hit it yet. Keeping going. I want to learn it all.
Ask some questions.
Ask some questions, Chris. What time is it, Matt?
I don't know. Matt, go get some beers.
9:15.
We can sit here all night.
Yeah, we
Go
can
get a
sit
six
here all
pack
night.
and we'll just sit here.
And there goes Ian. Bye, Ian.
Bye,
Don't forget
Ian.
to call me when Atlanta gets hit.
Later,
We'll
Ian.
bring all our knowledge down there to you. What about
What about
tattoos? Well,
What about him?
got this one right here. Oh, I thought you wanted to see them. I got an old school. You don't want to see that one. Tattoos, I could give a shit less. If you're talking about hiring guys with tattoos, again, I think the taboo of tattoos from the old days is gone.
Cover them or not?
Dude, I don't. I mean, be yourself, brother. I don't have
Yeah,
a problem with
exactly.
that. Matt's sleeved up, Ray's sleeved up. I have no problem taking them in the nicest shop out there.
For work, you know what? I show up and I'll wear a polo or a t-shirt as long as it's got the logo on it. Nobody seems to say anything. I mean, honestly, I think it's about how you conduct yourself. If they're going to judge you on tattoos
Absolutely,
and-
we can. Absolutely. And Chris Brown, that's a great question. I've had a lot of local guys, not a lot, a few have said, "What do you do? I mean, how do you handle it if you're working for another local guy?" If I'm working with a local guy, my sales hat went off and my management hat came on.
Exactly.
In Minnesota, we helped Dentcraft, PDR. We did a Chevy and a Lexus dealer for them.
Right.
Dent Works, we did a Mercedes dealer for them, and Frank's Dent Repair, we did a BMW dealership from them. And there was some competition on a couple things. I kept saying, guys, I'm neutral. You give me the cars, we'll get them fixed for you. We'll manage the situation. Same thing with any other local guys. If you've got accounts right now, when a hailstorm hits, your number one goal is to secure those accounts and get them managed. And your third goal, or first secure them, second manage them, and then third one expand. And you're going to be expanding into the shops that need your work. You're not going to go expanding into shops offering them a higher percentage. So if I'm working with another guy, there's no need for you to go in there. Get the shops that aren't being taken care of. So yeah, I can work with other local
Hi,
guys
Lou.
at the same time. Was that Lou?
Dent Monster has to be.
Dead monster. Boy, I bet
No,
he feels
it's
like
either
a.
Lou or it's
He don't feel like an
Jeremy.
alpha male tonight, does he? Yes. Yes. Tony Frazier, I just got your message, and yes, that's amazing. So I had fun with that tonight too. I'm not going to say what he said online, but that's pretty funny. So I love. There's only one guy giving us hearts right now. Let's see if we get 5 colors on there.
Is that Woody?
It might be
Gotta
Woody.
be Woody.
No, Woody threw his
No,
phone. He's
Woody's
mad.
got his phone center. He's jerking it. His
Mad.
hand
Oh.
keeps hitting it. His hand keeps hitting the thing.
He does. He's got.
He's watching Brie Olsen right now. I forgot to
He's
shut
got
our
his,
thing down.
He's got his Dent Wizard lotion going on. It's like Houston all over again. So, you guys want to hear anything else? Honestly, I'm still a smoker, and I'm going to walk outside and smoke a cigarette. You want to talk to him for a little bit? Unless you guys got something else.
Unless somebody's got something to say or questions to ask, I don't know.
You guys did
It's
great.
me. Oh, it's hammered.
Who is AmVet 3? It's an American veteran. Is that Gary Hosing? He's like 67, I think.
That dude Billy.
That's Billy Lawson right there.
What's up, Billy?
What's up, Billy Bob? Is a contract key to securing account? I don't think it's key to securing account. I think it's key to making sure you get paid. No. If you're going to get an account right off the
Securing
bat,
it?
not securing it.
No.
That's just more for your benefit and them if they're smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a foolproof thing.
What's up, Tom Hickey?
What's up, Tom Hickey?
Tom Hickey.
You still riding dirt bikes, buddy?
Never met that dude. You met him?
I worked with him in '09 in Austin.
You were probably where I was trying to get on work with Greg Lacey.
I was, because what's his name was there?
Yep.
Jordan was there. He was on that.
You know who's really going to be upset is Jordan Fisher. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I know he wanted to see this today. You
You
guys
watched
need
it.
to buy some tools in England. Go to tdntools.com.
I have his cart. Your cart's badass,
Yeah,
by the way.
get the
Still
Black Hampton
badass.
card. It's the badass one. The red's more like Chicago Blackhawks, and yeah,
That's right.
yeah. Okay. You should have a Cubs cart that just keeps falling. Just get the Chicago Cubs and just.
Yeah, it would never
So-
make you any money. It wouldn't hold anything.
Can't win
Damn
a
it.
PDR championship with
It'll,
this.
it'll roll for a little while, and eventually the wheels will fall off.
Oh, the Phoenix joint. I'm gonna get a little loosen up here.
Phoenix.
All right, is everybody good? I am gonna go downstairs and have a cigarette. Do me a favor, like us on Facebook, on the groups, and say, hey, watch this show tonight. Check them out. Give them my username, and then we'll get some more shows out there for you. We can do this anytime. I enjoy this. So, my father-in-law played for the Red Sox.
The Red Sox.
His name wasn't
The
Bill,
Red Sox.
was it?
How do you avoid having a dealer cash out on a deal? Fixing a few
You
cars.
really can't avoid that, man.
can't.
It's their business,
It's up
and
to
they
them.
can do what they want to do.
Yep.
If you want to, you can get a dealer contract that talks about
Welcome, Billy.
if we help you write estimates on your cars for 3 days, then we're going to make a percentage of your check, whether you fix it or not. That's going to cover you and your time while you're writing them. And if they're going to make a lot of money on you, they might say, we'll give you 5% off this to help us get all these cars up another 30%. It sucks, but at least you're not working for free. So that's just common, just use your brain a little bit. But if they don't want to fix their cars, there's nothing you can do about it. Just like, you might have a leaky toilet and the plumber's knocking on your door. Damn it, I wish you'd fix that toilet. He's on some chat room. How do I get the dude next door to get his toilet fixed? He's killing me. I have pretty much all the contracts with anybody, and I am happy to share them with anybody. Ryan at thehalecompany.com, and I'll send you a copy over and you can change it up. Doesn't do me any harm for you guys protecting yourself out there.
Protection. Use protection.
Have you dealt with Risk Point yet? We did deal with Risk Point this year. We dealt with it in a dealership. We heard about the Matrix, and we were nervous, but the estimates were written pretty good. They really were. We had some really good guys working out there. Tony Frazier, Max Van Nostrum, Donnie Peace, Woody Koss, Joel Mathis, Lou Freeman, Billy Joe Verdon, all those guys. They're all working on those cars, and we pretty much said, dude, we'll fix your cars, but you're not going to make any money. It's going to be this is what you're going to pay. So the money, they were probably written for half, but on the bright side, they were low. They weren't really beat cars. So, when the Matrix gets higher, it's harder to make money. These cars, the guys were making pretty damn good money on them, but we just didn't give them any money back. We got the whole check for what they fixed them for. So you can make that work, but I can see in the future me passing on 90% of the Risk Point deals. It just depends on the damage and how the cars are written. But we got lucky in that one. We did do one, and we made money on it. But I wouldn't do it every day. Like I said, it was a lucky situation. So, anything else? Oh, again,
Half the room
go
left.
back when I said earlier, don't talk shit about other people. I see people talking about that Matrix. I don't get into negative stuff because, you can make anything work for you. If you've got some smarts and you really think about something, you can make any situation work right for you.
Yep.
So negativity out the door.
Yep.
Okay, now we're getting ash mole. That sounds like a bad name. What do you
Ash
do when
mole.
you're at a dealer and you see the IA writing estimates on dirty cars? I wash them, or tell them to wash them, or tell the dealership he's getting screwed. Wash the cars and skipping side panels. Tell the dealer. Tell them. Say, I'm not trying to piss you off here, but if you're wanting to get your cars written, these cars got to be clean. They got to be written properly. And if you don't want me writing them, that's fine. But you're gonna have a hard time getting these cars fixed right.
Yep.
Risk Point is the name of a Matrix that came out this year. That's pretty much half of what it should have been. Just panels on the side are $38 instead of $75, and on down. Do you think there needs to be a standard or more standard pricing? I don't think there needs to be a standard on pricing. I mean, I think it's all regional based on the labor rates in the area, but you really can't put a standard on pricing because then you get into the gray area of collusion and pricing and stuff. So, were those cars all dime size damage? That's funny. That's where I got my nickname at. I sold that deal to somebody because it's dime size damage, and they got there and there was some half dollars and some oversized. But the reason I said dime size, not because it was dime size, but because when a guy goes to a deal and you know it's a good deal, if you tell him it's dime size, you're like, it's good damage. Well, it was good damage. Guys made great money. Now, granted, there were some quarters and stuff there, but that was the reason behind it, and everybody made money.
Everyone is slammed. Man, I would try to establish that relationship before.
What was the question?
And he said, I own a brick and mortar shop. How do I get a body shop to do my combo work when everybody's slammed? And I mean, that's something you got to have that relationship with the body shops and just tell them, look, I can try to give you work. I mean, if they're busy, they're going to be busy. You can try to fit you in. And
That's a good question.
That's a really good question. I've never really had.
We had a shop
deal with that.
in Liberal, Kansas, and all the shops were running into that. We basically found a shop about 45 minutes away. We didn't use it, but we saw the shop driving home one day, and I called the number as we were driving by, and I said, if we get slammed with these conventional panels, would you be willing to do some conventional work for us? And they weren't getting a lot of PDR, so they were all about it. So as long as the shop's good, you just might have to drive the cars an hour away. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna make money, then it's a good idea. get in with them and take their 40%. Schedule the work the same they would with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and
yeah.
you got to find a shop that has the availability to service that.
A lot of shops know this too. If you're in a hailstorm, you got to remember a lot of the sales pitches is from another guy setting up retail down the road there. He's like, they go into these body shops and they go, hey, we got a retail. I know you got a guy already, but we got a retail spot down here. We're going to have a lot of work. Can we send it your way? Oh, yeah, sure. And they use that to segue into getting their work. And you can't blame them. That's a smart sales tool. But these body shops know this already. So when you go in there, you're pretty much faced with the same situation. The only thing you can do to avoid it is be proactive ahead of the storm and say, hey, if it hails here, just have an established agreement. Have 5 or 6 body shops in your own personal network so they know that when it hails, you're going to be bringing them some hail work, and it's going to help you secure their work also. You got a relationship going. So hope that helps.
Bud Light.
Anybody else?
Corona.
Everybody want to be a baller. Shot call, 20-inch blades. I think we're good. All right, fellas.
That was
I gotta
fun.
go. I gotta call my wife and kids. And
Thanks
remember,
for
above
tuning in.
everything else, your family is number one. Yeah, I know I'm corny, but if without your family behind you guys, none of this shit matters at all. So stay in touch with your family at all times. And if they act like they don't care about what you're doing on the road, they don't know what you're doing on the road. Just know you're doing it for them. All right?
Thanks for
All right.
listening. That
Peace
was
out. Yep, peace out, guys.
Later.
See you soon.